In school, kids have a hard time learning and engaging with boring textbooks and presentations about ocean science. Data about ocean science is insightful, but not useful to the general public and is hard to understand. That's why we created ArgoBuddy. ArgoBuddy is a gamified educational app that allows kids to adopt a real-life Argo flow that collects data from the ocean about temperature, pressure, and salinity, and lets them learn about the impacts of changing ocean conditions. While the game allows kids to learn in a fun way, it also has a teacher's side dashboard that allows for a more in-depth analysis of the data for more engaging lessons during class. Let's go into more detail about how ArgoBuddy works. First, students can create their ArgoBuddy. When creating their ArgoBuddy, they can customize their ArgoBuddy with their name, color, and style. This creates a personal connection between the student and a real-life Argo that makes learning about ocean science more fun.
Go through different zones based on depth and pressure, such as sunlight, twilight, and midnight. Then we can start exploring, where we see the water temperature that we can change to cold, seeing the wrist when it's cold, or hot, seeing the wrist when it's hot. And also manipulating the salinity, where it's too salty, too fresh. And then key numbers, such as depth range, average temp, tipping point, average salinity, and light level. Also, we can dive to the different zones, such as twilight, with the same logic, but different baseline values. And then also the midnight zone. And then here's the Argo status.
Exploring the ocean zone, ArgoBuddy tests students through quiz-style questions based on what they've learned. When students choose the correct answer, their ArgoBuddies helps improve. If the answer is wrong, they receive immediate feedback and explain why. Students can go back to re-explore the ocean when they want to. This was inspired by popular and successful learning websites such as Khan Academy, Prodigy, and Tamagotchi Game.
We have an engaging student game and interface, but we also have a dedicated educator portal. This is what makes our project stand out, as we don't just dump raw data onto a screen, but we turn it into a curriculum. As you can see, there are different tabs showcasing a multitude of visualizations that we present in separate dashboards. Each dashboard not only shows a specific visualization, but a material covered by the NGSS school standards that promote learning objectives, discussion questions, and activities for the next steps for students. For example, in this chart right here, we have a temperature salinity diagram, which measures the relationship between the temperature and the salinity, and it also acts as a live student tracker, which is a real-time scatter plot showing exactly where the students are when they're diving into their nori floats activity. Over here, we have an ocean layer tab, which visualizes the thermocline and temperature changes by depth. We have the zone stats that prove our statistical reasoning, showcasing how we calculated and determined our comfort zone for each depth range. And we also have global warming trend tabs that displays the long-term climate data using patterns that we find through linear regression.